What if you could fill up your graveyard with creatures that had awesome enter the battlefield abilities and then bring them back all at once and swing with a giant hasty attack on your opponent? Well, you're going to see it in action today. It's called RAKDOS VACUUM. Let's go. Welcome to the Attic. Manadad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. What's fun today? Ghost Vacuum. It's the Ghostbuster inspired Ghost Vacuum. So 1 mana, tap, exile target card from a graveyard, and then 6 and tap, bring all those cards that are exiled back as 1/1 spirits. Activate only as sorcery. That's Ghost Vacuum. It's usually a sideboard card, but I saw a cool deck by Saffron Olive that was red and green, doing a fun thing with Enduring Courage, because whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste. You can put that under the vacuum or have that on the battlefield, or your opponent could have killed it and it could have come back as an enchantment. In any case, 1 or 2 of those, plus a bunch of other creatures entering at the same time, is a one-shot game over, and you will see it if you stick around long enough in this video. So let's see what we're one-shotting with. First of all, we've got to fill up that graveyard. So 1-drop, Gnawing Vermin comes in, mills 2 cards, can also give -1/-1 when it dies, which is useful. Deathcap Marionette, another mill 2 creature. Remember, we want to have a lot of creatures in our graveyard for all the synergies that we have. Made some changes to this deck as I played it. I ended up with a bunch of nowhere to runs because there's just too many small creatures and creatures with hexproof and ward that you want to be able to target. So stick around to the end of the video. We'll talk a little bit more about the removal suite there, but nowhere to run, flash, -3/-3. It's sort of my secret tech for removal in the current standard. Also on the removal tip, we've got 1 Blood Splatter Analysis. This is kind of fun in this deck. It's a removal because it deals 3. It's an enchantment that you can sacrifice to something like Souls of the Lost. It also can mill as it sits out there and creatures get removed. And eventually it can bring a creature back from our graveyard to our hands. So it can tutor up basically any creature that we need, because we're going to fill our graveyard so fast, as you're going to see, that we will have no problem doing the creatures. So 1 Bitter Reunion. I was running 2. It has a haste enabling. It can shape our hand, can put stuff in the graveyard that we actually want in the graveyard. 1 Souls of the Lost. It's just a 1 of fun of in this current build of the deck. I had 2 at one time. It seems actually pretty good. Probably never seen this card because I know I had to get a refresher on this when I was building this deck. It cost a discard or sacrificing a permanent, and it could be a land. It's not that bad. And because we have the haste enabler in the deck and we have our graveyard usually filled up, this can easily be like a 20/21 haste. Actually becomes a like 23/21 haste, or 22/21 haste. So we can one-shot people out of nowhere with Souls of the Lost. Just 1 of in the current build, but if you like that, put more in yourself. Withering Torment, creature removal, and enchantment removal in black. What do you know? Again, that was a 2 of. I had to move it down because I was just getting beat too quickly by small creatures, but another one to consider. Commune with Evil. It's another one maybe only limited players know, but look at the top 4 cards of your library, 1 into hand, the rest into graveyard, gain 3 life. So for our deck, essentially reads draw our 4th land, because we need to keep hitting those land drops, and gain some life so we can survive maybe another hit, another turn. It's not too bad, but it's not too great. I'd definitely open in the comments if you have suggestions for things to run instead. Enduring Courage, we talked about this. It's the Glimmer, +2/+0, and haste to other creatures as they enter. Overlord of the Balemerc, often going to append this for 2. It's going to mill us 4 cards. Then we can return a non-avatar creature. So Courage, Marionette, Vermin. Usually don't have a problem hitting. Usually don't whiff with it, but even if we do whiff, putting enough cards in our graveyard is pretty good. And then our all-star of the deck, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. It's a 6 mana 5/5 that comes in, deals 4 damage to any target. And of course, coming back from the vacuum is absolutely busted because it's going to come in, deal the 4 damage, and then we're going to be able to attack hasty often with it. That's going to deal another 4 damage. So that's just 8 damage right there, not including the +2/+0 and everything else with the haste. Cavern of Souls, definitely recommend putting these in if you got them, because putting it on Avatar is nice to make sure we hit the double pips, and it's great against the control decks running all the counter spells. Fabled Passage works nicely with Souls of the Lost, have lands in the graveyard. 4 of Raucous Theater, I don't know about this. We could talk about that at the end of the video, but we do like to surveil stuff. The Swamp Mountains turning on the Blazemire Verge is pretty good too. So stick around for the way this plays out, because it is pretty entertaining. And with that, let's go and see some matches.
Hey, it's me, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Actually, haunting and overlording are just my hobbies. My day job is managing the YouTube algorithm. I try to make sure lots of negative, conspiracy-laden clickbait shows up in your feed. You know, nightmare fuel. Whatever you do, don't like, comment, or elder gods forbid, subscribe to a channel like this one, okay? We don't need your feed filled up with people who genuinely enjoy playing Magic like this so-called Manadad. He puts deck lists and other useful links in the description. He even shows real win rate stats at the end of the videos. Yikes. Clicking on positive, helpful videos takes away from the time I could be spending haunting woods or putting my friend Writhing Chrysalis into draft boosters. But you don't have to take it from me. 9 out of 10 players who want to unban grief agree. Now let's see. What is your racist uncle clicking on today? He has impeccable taste. Let me send some of those videos your way.
Up against Shark. Tiburon. Yeah, I know some Spanish. Tiburon. Isn't that like a kid song? Tiburon. Do we go Vermin or Vacuum turn 1? Or white-black? Let's go Vermin. Land's not good. Keep covering bat. There goes the Vacuum. Potentially. I should probably just take the Withering Torment. Well, there's a not bad draw. Sacrifice a permanent. Oh no! Your bat is gone. Sweet Caves of Coelos, dude. Schvamp. Space Swamp. Enduring Innocence. Well, the key with that will be to kill it when we have Ghost Vacuum in play. What do we do? Just attack for 4? They might block. That was actually maybe a bad... That was a mistake. Now they have that for the rest of the game. Okay, well... Should have played with Ghost Vacuum. Guess it's not too late. That will be a nice ETB for us. Shadowy Backstreet. Backstreet's back, alright. Okay, well, we might get a second shot at this. Innocence triggers innocence. Ain't that always how it is? And then eat your innocence now while we got a chance. Okay, let's grow that graveyard. Get a nice big hit in with Soul of the Lost. Hey, we got some stuff in our graveyard that we can eat. Now we need to get the lands to crack the vacuum. Okay. Millie Mill. Guess we'll Millie Mill with this too. We want Enduring Courage in the graveyard. Let's get back a Souls of the Lost. I'm in for one. Take a big one, opponent. Oh no! Let's draw a card. Got me there. Cut down. Okay. Throwing up the Souls of the Lost. What do they play? Just play the Virtue of Loathing. Zora line. Sure. And pay to bring back nothing. Now let's get our hasting on. Enduring Courage. Ooh, and we can play an Enduring Courage. We could bring back something with a finality counter. We don't much care about that. Let's take an attack, I think. That's the turn. Line comes in. Gain a life. They hit us for 3. They follow up with Overlord of the Mistmoors. Yeah, it's a good card. They draw. And let's take out of the graveyard next. Boiler Villages. Raucous Theater. The land is great, so we can Withering Torment something this turn, or we can just get in with Souls of the Lost. They probably force a block. Okay. I'm liking how it's looking. But opponent does have 3 cards in hand. They can take our removal, that's fine. As long as they don't mill the top card of our library. That's what we mainly care about. Zora line? They have another Zora line? Yes, pay, opponent, pay. They knew we could just eat their graveyard. We'll snack on that Zora line. Thank you very much. And, pop the vacuum! Bajillion triggers. Deal 4 damage to... What should we take out? There's Zora line? Yeah, we'll take your Biza. Maybe we don't attack with that bat. We gain a life from it, but... Potentially... We gain 5 life from it? Yeah, okay. Opponent! They did the math before we did. I think we could blow up at least one blocker, and we had enough creatures to get through. There it is. Vacuum win. RAKDOS Vacuum. Snap keep. Keep hitting land drops. That's what we want. We want land drops. Land drops and vacuums. Okay, nowhere to run should be good. This is the deck I think it is. We may mill 2 cards. We'll take that action. Neither of those were lands, so that's fine. Manifold Mouse. You know, I'm just gonna remove it now. Well, wait, but their instant speed protection doesn't protect against nowhere to run. That was dumb. Okay, that was a punt.
Sony punt in this football history. I don't think I've been that excited for a punt.
Avatar. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep the courage. For our land, we can have a hasty Baelmerk. If not, we've got removal. Not a vacuum in sight, however. Opponent 5 cards in hand. Vinipet. A Vinipet sounds like the Italian version of Gigapet. Manifold Mouse. And would you like to invest it with an enchantment, opponent? I do not care to do so. Okay, well. Well, let's go impending. And let's see if they misunderstand how hexproof works with nowhere to run. On the old battlefield-io. Nowhere to run to, baby. I gotta make a meme for nowhere to run. I'm just putting it in every deck now. It's just so good against all the shenanigans people are up to. With the ward and the hexproof and the pudding. I have no attack here. Wow, another Overlord of the Boiler Villages. Could I get a land, please? What I'd like to know. I milled 2 lands off the top. Son of a gun. Let's mill some more then. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get back another Death Toucher. Won't help if they've got that in flying enchantment. I'll hit for 3 with this. I'm going to keep this back. We've already seen one of their hasty mice. Opponent's playing a chocolate in the peanut butter deck. He drew the peanut butter, but not the chocolate. Man, just need another land, man. Where's my other land? Oh, another. Down. Board wipe would slow but not stop us. There's the other land. Human Avatar. Lord knows James Cameron is naming Avatar. It's good enough for him. Opponent did the math, and we beat him. Playing some RAKDOS VACUUM. This is a hand, for sure. We got some self-mill. Position, mill thyself. Spiteful Hexmage. Spiteful. Deathcap Marionette. No attacks. Disturbing Mirth. Oh, nice combo with the Cursed Roll. Do realize, opponent, that that just trades. So let's put this on Avatar. Tap for black for Avatar. Impend the Overlord of the Bailmerk. We can get back what? Deathcap Marionette, Gnawing Vermin. Guess we'll get back a 1-drop. Play a 1-drop. Mill some more. Hit you for 1. We're gonna next turn have to commune if we don't draw a land. Play Enduring Courage. Hopeless Nightmare. Well, got us there. The Spiteful Hexmage number 2. Could torment it, but I think we just want to get a land here. What do we take? Sulphurous Springs? Leave back the Marionette, I suppose. Still haven't found our vacuum. Torch the tower. Ouch you ouch. And Disturbing Mirth number 2. Pretty nice. Aho, there's our vacuum. It's worth getting that started, right? Opponent has a full grip of cards over there. Block with my Death Toucher. Adios. They play Braids. Well, let's exile a card from a graveyard. Do we have any cool Overlords in here? Do have Enduring Courage. And we're going to play one of those next turn, probably, so... yeah, let's just take the Hex Mage. We'll give them a chance to sacrifice their enchantments. Raucous Theater. So raucous. Now I don't need that land. That's the turn. Jianma. The Italian Chinese. Okay, they torch the tower. Kind of annoying because it's gonna exile our Enduring Courage, but so it goes. Let's eat their braids. Greedy freebooter. Free to the boots. Percussionist. Okay. Opponent was holding back. Mill, 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 baby, mill. Last turn. We got 30 cards in deck. 20 in graveyard. Disturbing Mirth number million. We're mirthing through that deck. Overlord of the Balemark looks like they want to remove. Problem is all the exile-based removal they got. I'm a fan of that. There was their fourth Disturbing Mirth. Face down card. The opponent is all in here. Let's get our own Enduring Courage, just in case. We need to pop this. Ooh. That's a tap land. Boiler Bilges. We'll keep it. Pass the turn. Can we survive? 4, 5, 6, 7 damage next turn. Maybe we were supposed to put that in the graveyard so we could Ghost Vacuum. Anything good in their graveyard? Urabrax Forge, okay. 8 damage. Yikes. Some creatures that gain life. What happens if we have double Enduring Courages? That's what I want to know. Let's find out. I'll attack. Boom. Got him. RAKDOS Vampires, I almost said. RAKDOS Vacuum. Triple Blazemire Verge hand. Blazemire Tron. So we're just going to have black to begin with, but that's fine. Hopefully find a swamp or a mountain to turn on the old Boiler Bilge. Boiler Biggles, some people call it. Sleet of hand. Sleeged of hand. Self mill. Ah, they're doing the ghost vacuum thing. That's, hey, that's no fair. That's our thing. Simic vacuum. Well, now I'm wondering if we should charge up our graveyard. Should we charge up their graveyard? There's no winning. Get our own vacuum. Target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. One blue red otter creature token with prowess. Everybody gonna start playing vacuums? Cash grab. Finds the up the beanstalk. Not good. Still one away from Boiler Bilge. Guess we'll do this. Wow, just hitting all our ghost vacuums. Complete whiff. Just gotta hope they don't get to 6 mana somehow. Bushwhacks. Finds a forest. Plays the forest. Plays up the beanstalk. Plays up the beanstalk. Prowess 3. Does not do anything. Huh. Well. Let's blow that up before it's too late. Pass the turn. Count down the Belmerk. Ease 1981. Taking it easy. Taking it easy. They vacuumed our vacuum. So rude. Rude crude with a bad attitude. Sulphurous Springs. Well, dare I hardcast the Overlord? Counterspell? Souls are lost. Big ol' crab. Tap some blockers. And they're going to eat something from our graveyard. It bounce the vermin. Storm Chaser's talent. Well, they can get a big hit here, potentially. Still not up to Ghost Vacuum mana. Ooh. We are up to Hardcast Overlord's mana. I think what we want to do is Vermin. Souls of the Lost. Sacrifice Vermin. Take out your blocker. All right, are they out of those? Should be able to hit another Gnawing Vermin. Okay. Weird, but we could have waited and hit whatever we were trying to return. Remove. Another crab. Holy smokes. Okay. Then we're just dead. Okay. Well. So it goes. Up against Lizer. They call me Frog Lizer. I'm Mr. Snow. Gnawing Vermin. Mill a bit. Oh, okay, milled some removal. Hope we don't need it. Mill a bit more. Hit an uptap land. Oh, we do hit an untapped land. Mill a bit more. What do we want in our hand? Possibly, well, deal 4, or that everything gets haste. Let's deal 4. Let's go with that. I think we're safe to attack against mono black. You never know. Never know what kind of shenanigans they'll be up to. Go for the throat on the Marionette? Sure. You saved 1 damage, opponent. Slasha. Ooh, okay. Well... a couple options here. guess I'll go with the double red so that we can get Boiler Biggles started. If we had the Ghost Vacuum, we could have just eaten that. Ooh, okay. Well, wait a minute. No, let's just take the damage. Okay. Now we can kill both, but wasn't certain about it. Stay down. Pens again. 5 mana. Opponent plays Liliana the Veil. You gonna make us lose our Gnawing Vermin?
It's my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch it.
Much better than making us discard.
Off you go.
Thank you very much. Now they may just have removal. These mono black decks tend to be removal tribal. Ooh, there was our vacuum. Well, Souls of the Lost is going to be insane. Enduring Courage would be nice against. Which one do we go for? And kill Bailmark? Bailmark? Do you have another go for the throat? They were so quick to bust off one just to stop the Deathcap Marionette. Yeah, they did. Okay, well we're already at 4 triggers on the Blood Splatter. Probably gonna make me discard this Gnawing Vermin, unfortunately. Unless they don't want to discard any of their 3 cards. What do you got, opponent? Deep Cavern Bat, okay. Take the Vermin, make me discard the Courage? No.
Drop it.
Not a great draw there, but Boiler Biggles is a good draw. They can make me sack that one. They can't stop the next one. Picture of the Schismodine.
We swept mine. Sacrifices must be made.
Well, let's bring back that one. Question is, do we take out the Preacher or the Bat? I think we take out the Preacher. They may have another Liliana. Bloodletter Aquazots. Nasty, but if they can't remove Boiler Biggles, then the Bloodletter is toast. Biggles, Mr. Bigglesworth. Mr. Bigglesworth. Yeah, we'll get the Bailmark. Get the Bailmark going. And I can impend that and get another thing going. Wow. Got so many options. Maybe just a Souls of the Lost? This crazy? Oh wait, cancel. Let's sacrifice a land. Yeah. We don't need one of these sulfur springs. Okay, opponent. If you can remove Souls of the Lost, so be it. But you can't remove both. That's what I thought, Mono Black. Okay, so how did this deck do? An absolutely atrocious 35% win rate. Now, I did have 3 different versions. The final version that I ended up with had a 44% win rate, 60% on the play, 25% on the draw. So I did kind of do some correction against all these fast decks. I added more Nowhere to Runs and removed a Souls of the Lost, a Bitter Reunion, and a Blood Spatter Analysis. And you could probably remove one more of those and put in another Nowhere to Run. Because, yeah, my original versions were winning like 33% and 25%. So technically, really a 44%, almost 50%. We could have played another game and gotten to 5-5 with this deck. So it's not actually as atrocious as it looks. And it's super fun when you get the vacuum kills. So I think if you like it, you could keep iterating on it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you changed about the deck. Mana base could probably use a little bit more tuning. Maybe the numbers of various things could be tuned. Maybe you don't need as many ghost vacuums. Maybe the way to make it actually competitive is just to have like 1 or 2 ghost vacuums, and it's just a backup way to win when the game stalls out. And we otherwise try to just win with value, with Overlord value. But maybe add another land. I don't know, because hitting the land drops and trying to get to 6 on turn 6 with a full vacuum is definitely a good place to be with the deck. Thanks for joining me in the attic. I've been Mana Dad, reminding you Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. And now check out the thing up here that YouTube thinks you'll also enjoy. Adios.